Hi everybody, I'm Reagan with WPASCB, and today we're going to be talking about last chance tourism. So, what is that? Last chance tourism is when people travel to places with the intent of seeing them before they disappear. A quote that I pulled from one of the articles that I have today states, "Visitors travel to what are often remote last chance destinations, like glaciers, partly because they perceive that climate change will negate future opportunities to experience these places in their authentic, pristine form." Stated in a short New York Times article, some of the pros to visiting these disappearing places is that it can open people's eyes to what we're doing to the planet and our harms to the planet. Some concerns, however, are we doing more harm than good by visiting these places? That moves us into our first journal article. Titled, "Place Stewardship Among Last Chance Tourists," this journal explores whether or not tourists really recognize what is happening to these places physically and ecologically, and what are the causes of that. This journal focuses on a comparative study between two different places that have climate vulnerable features. The first is Churchill, Canada, near Churchill Wildlife Management Area, and Wapusk National Park. There you can view glaciers, polar bears, and beluga whales. They also have dog sledding, bird watching, and a bunch of other cool things that you can do and see. The second study was done in Jasper National Park. This is also in Canada. Their main feature is the Athabascan Glacier within the Columbia Icefield. So the study that the journal goes into is basically the visitors at both places were given a survey, and on the survey it asks what their willingness is to buy carbon offsets and their feeling of connectedness to the place that they were visiting. So here's the table of the results. Take a minute to look at that. One worry with the possible solution of carbon offsetting is that it would reduce the care relationship between the people and the place. So in theory, they're just throwing their money at a way to reduce their carbon footprint instead of really having a relationship with that place and feeling and caring for it. The journal then goes into more detail on the statistical information from the table. If you're interested, the link to the journal will be linked down below. Here are a few quotes from the journal that stood out to me. Number 1, trip selection and participation in travel activities, volunteering, etc. are thus a means to endorse and narrate the ethical self, or in this case of LCD, which is last chance tourism, to connect the self to the story and legacy of declining places. I thought this was an interesting quote outlining why people have the urge to visit these places. I, like everyone, want to visit these magical and beautiful places, but really thinking about what our duties are to the earth. It's kind of interesting. What do you guys think of this? I'd like to hear your comments down below. Similar to these tourism in reference to doom tourism and disaster tourism, the media contributes to a sense of urgency for tourists to experience last chance destinations by amplifying narratives of irreversible destination decline without acknowledging environmental issues within the tourism sector itself, including terrestrial/marine system change, biodiversity loss, and climate change. Quote number 3, "It is now fairly well documented that a strong sense of connection to a place can have a positive impact on pro-environmental behavior intentions by triggering a drive to protect valued places. And our results are consistent with recent review that illustrated a positive association between place bonding and climate engagement." So again, I will have that journal linked in the description down below, along with the New York Times article. And I also will link 2 more journal articles that I read over that I found really interesting. One of them was Values and Motivations in Tourist perceptions of last chance tourism. And the other one is ethical considerations of last chance tourism. So if you're interested in this topic and you want to do a little bit more research, those are the two more articles that I thought were really super interesting, and they go into more ethical theories and different testing and surveying, which I thought was really cool. So if you're interested, those will be down in the description below. Is it wrong to want to go to these places? No. But it is important to be aware of why these beautiful places are disappearing. So what do you guys think? I'd like to hear your thoughts and comments in the comments down below. I do have a few questions for you. What could be some benefits of this kind of tourism? Is it worth marketing if a percentage of people open their eyes to the effects of climate change, environmental changes? Is it all bad if you want to go about it in the right way, offsetting carbon emissions or participating in education and outreach of these disappearing places? Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content. Bye!